Hey guys, what's up? So we're here to check out the jungle path or jungle rotation in Wild Rift. Remember that the jungling in Wild Rift is a bit different from League of Legends PC because of a number of factors, like the Rift Scuttler showing up faster, and you can get your ultimate at level 5. You can also get 2 charges of smite early at around 33 seconds into the game. Those 3 factors alone will change your jungle path as compared when you're playing in League of Legends PC. Anyway, let's start with the basic jungle paths. First is your standard jungle clear. First is to put a ward here. This will give you a heads up later in case someone is trying to take the Scuttler. You'll then proceed to take the red buff, Raptors, blue buff, and then the Scuttler. This rotation is safe and flexible, and not to mention beginner friendly. After you're done with the Scuttler, you can check the 2 lanes that's nearest you and see if there's a chance to gank an enemy champion. If they're overextended, which means if they're too far from their tower and near yours, then go for the gank. Just be sure to ping first so that your ally knows you're about to gank. Don't assume that your ally already knows your plan, more so in the lower ranks. If there's no chance to gank the lanes, then you can proceed to clear the jungle camps of the Gramp and Wolves. You can then go home to clear jungle camps again while also looking for a chance to help your lanes. Another option you have after killing the Scuttler is to try to invade the camps of your opponent. But you need to have a general idea on where the enemy jungler is. You don't want to suddenly come face to face with your opponent unless you're confident that you can take them down. Next is your ultimate path. Basically a rotation where you can get to level 5 and get your ultimate once it finishes. Again, put a ward on the river first to see the Scuttler later. You then proceed to take the red buff, Raptors, Wolves, blue buff, Grump, and then the Scuttler. Why this kind of path? Well, it's because there are certain champions that works really well in ganking once they have their ultimate. Like Vi and the Momo's ultimate, which has great ganking potential in the early games. There's also a good chance that you'll get your ultimate first before your opponents, more so in the dragon lane. This will give you an advantage when ganking. One disadvantage of this rotation though is that if the enemy tries to take the Scuttler early on the other side. That's why you have the wards there in case it happens. Once it happens, it's up to you whether to take them on and contest for the Scuttler. You also have to be careful on enemy champions trying to invade your jungle camps. Our third jungle rotation is where you invade the enemy jungle camps. This is a good counter when you think that the enemy jungler will take the standard jungle clear, which was our first path. You first have to put a ward on the enemy blue buff. Remember to do this since it's gonna be too risky if you don't. You then proceed to take the red buff and then the enemy blue buff if there's no one there. Once you've cleared the blue buff, you can again look for ganking opportunities. And if there's none, proceed to the blue buff and Scuttler or Raptors and then Scuttler. So those are the 3 basic jungle rotation, guys. Remember though that this is a new game. Even though there is League of Legends PC, the pacing and jungle is gonna be different. With that said, let's state some basic info for the beginners. You will need smite in order to jungle. If you're not a jungler, don't take smite since it will lessen the gold you get from minions by 20% for the first 5 minutes of the game. It will, however, provide 20% more experience from jungle monsters. Smite is a summoner spell used to deal additional damage onto jungle monsters. After killing 4 large monsters or basically after clearing 4 jungle camps, your smite will then be upgraded to either chilling smite or challenging smite. Now here's another different thing in Wild Rift compared to League of Legends PC. Chilling and challenging smite can kill an enemy champion if their HP is low enough. If used against an enemy champion, you will deal true damage that increases as you level up. In League of Legends PC, you can't use smite against enemy champions except for their pets like Tibers or Malzahar's Voidlings. Anyway, both of these smite can deal true damage, but they also have different effects when used. Chilling smite will steal 20% of your target's movement speed for 2 seconds. Basically, they slow down as you speed up. Challenging smite provides you physical or magic damage for 5 seconds. So there we go guys, we've pretty much covered the basic jungle rotation as well as some fundamentals about the jungler summoner spell Smite. That's all for this video, stay safe and thank you for watching.